Hi, I'm Mara.
And I'm Chris.
And you're watching Locke's Life, Munchies with Mara. Today we're making some family cookie recipes. The first one that we're making is my grandmother's oatmeal raisin cookie recipe. And Dad is going to be making
chocolate chip cookies.
For my oatmeal raisin cookie recipe, we are going to need oats, sugar, dried cranberries, brown sugar, salt, flour, raisins, vanilla, an egg, butter, and baking soda. Before we start making our oatmeal raisin cookies, we need to preheat the oven to 350. Got our bowl, and we got our 1 stick of butter. There we go. And I'm gonna move it over to the mixing station. Dad's gonna heat this butter.
The butter is softened, so let your butter sit out. If you try to mix a stick of butter, like right out of the fridge, it's not good.
We just creamed the butter, and now we're going to add our 1/2 cup of brown sugar and 1/2 cup of white sugar. We need to pack down our 1/2 cup of brown sugar. And my grandma, who this recipe came from, had a great tip. She said when you pack down your 1/2 cup of brown sugar, you would need to pour on your 1/2 cup of white sugar so that you don't dirty 2 measuring cups. We're going to slowly add both of our sugars to our creamed butter. Once our sugars have been incorporated to our butter, we're going to add a 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla. We're adding the egg now.
Mixing the egg.
Okay, Dad, give me 3/4 cup flour.
Gotcha. So there's a 1/2 cup, and there we go.
We need a 1/2 teaspoon salt. We need a 1/2 teaspoon baking soda. And the recipe says to sift, but we're actually going to whisk. So we're just going to incorporate the flour mixture into our butter mixture. We need to incorporate this slowly so it doesn't fly everywhere. Now we're going to need 1.5 cups of oats. We're going to need 1/4 cup each of raisins and raisins.
Do we mix the oats?
No, we do not mix the oats in here. What we want to do is use a spatula and sort of fold them in there.
Gotcha.
We don't want to crush these. Just fold it up.
Does this look good?
Let me see. I think so. Now we're going to split it in half. Now we're just going to eyeball this because it doesn't really matter how many raisins you put in and how many
I think
cranberries.
that's about 1/4 cup. Maybe a little bit more.
Yeah, I'm just going to grab some and toss it in.
Probably.
That's good.
All right. And then do we fold these in?
We fold these in, but gently. We're going to use parchment paper on top of the cookie sheet because Grandma says, of course, that it's the best because if you don't, it's gonna stick. We're just gonna take about a little spoonful of the batter. We're just gonna ball it up just
Will
like,
that work?
yeah. They need to be about 2 inches apart so that they can spread out.
You'll try to make them all about the same size so that they all bake at about the same time.
With these, you need to make sure that each cookie gets some raisins. Do they look good?
They do.
Toss these in the oven
All right, how long?
for about 10 to 15 minutes. These are our cranberry cookies.
I think the cranberry is going to be the best. What do you think, Mara?
I like the raisins myself. We're gonna check out our cookies. They're golden brown and delicious, but not brown to the point of burning. In go our cranberry cookies. We're going to take our oatmeal raisin cookies off of the tray to cool using the parchment paper.
Well, we made Mara's oatmeal raisin, oatmeal cranberry cookies. Now we're gonna make a version of chocolate chip cookies.
Oh, is it a secret family recipe?
Yeah, it's a secret family recipe that actually has always been on the back of the Toll House bags. These are the cookies that I grew up with, and if it ain't broke,
Don't fix it.
all right. So we need chocolate chips, we need salt, brown sugar, flour, white sugar, an egg, vanilla, butter, softened butter, and baking soda. I'm going to actually cut the recipe in half because we already have so many cookies. So the first thing we need half of the 3/4 granulated sugar and 3/4 brown sugar. What's half of 3/4? Ha ha! This is why you stay in school. Half of 3/4, 3/8. All you do is double the bottom number. Crazy fractions. It's a real thing.
That's a math teacher.
I'm gonna do a 1/4 cup. I'm gonna pack this down. So that's a 1/4. And then we're going to, you want to get me a 1/4 of the granulated sugar while I'm doing the rest?
Sure.
So I've got 1, and I've got 2. All right, is that good?
I think
All right,
so.
Put that on in. And then 2 of these.
Nope. Dos.
All right, so we add our butter to the sugar, similar to what you did with yours. But
Just
mine
dump
is
it in.
all added at once. We're gonna cream the butter with the sugar.
And then we're gonna add the egg to this. All right, so add the egg.
1 egg.
And I'll get the vanilla. So we're gonna add half a teaspoon of vanilla.
And we mix. The recipe calls for 2 1/4 cups of flour, so we're cutting it in half. So we would need
1 1/8.
ooh, 1 1/8. See, she can be taught. We're gonna measure out our flour here, and you don't want to pack it down.
Just want to level it out.
Half a teaspoon of salt,
So,
half a teaspoon of baking soda, and then instead of sifting, we will whisk. So you want to just whisk it around, just kind of get some air incorporated there, and then we're going to add this slowly to our batter. What I do is add probably about a half, and we start slowly, and then we can add the rest, and once again slowly,
And we are ready.
Oh, it's
Save
good.
for the chocolate chips.
I like the little tiny chocolate chips. I find they melt into the batter and it creates more of a, not even a chocolate chip cookie, but just a chocolatey cookie. I'm folding the chocolate chips into the batter.
These do not need to be balled up. These just need to be a nice little dollop.
One of the things you can do with this recipe, this cookie dough, you can actually let it chill overnight, or at least for a couple of hours, and I think it makes the cookies come out better. It makes the flour kind of absorb the moisture better, and it comes out, I think the cookies come out better. Can cook them right off the bat, and that's what we're doing right now. Now it's time to bake. 350 for like 10 to 15 minutes.
Golden brown and delicious.
time to do a taste test. Gonna try mine first?
Sure, let's go.
All right, pick one.
All right, I believe this one's got the cranberries in it.
All right. This one looks like a nice raisin cookie.
Now for some chocolate chip.
Melt in your mouth.
So warm.
I like the little chocolate chips. Make it more of a chocolatey cookie.
These are perfect with milk.
Any favorites?
I definitely have a favorite. What about you?
I think they're all good.
My favorite is both. These were our family cookie recipes. We did oatmeal raisin and chocolate chip. You were watching Munchies with Mara, Locke's Life.